Hey guys, Heath here, Shepherd's Kitchen, I guess. uh, been hand sanding a lot lately, and I know a lot of you are probably thinking, for a guy who doesn't like hand sanding, you sure been doing it a lot. For a guy who doesn't like making knives, you sure have been working on them a lot. Well, the things you don't like doing, you need to practice at, and that's where I'm at. So the knife that I sent off to Dave from Evader Knives is a Santoku kitchen knife, Santoku style kitchen knife that I made, and I did a ladder pattern on this, which, as most of you should know, is basically just a surface design. It doesn't run through the steel. And I knew that when I made the billet, as proud as I was of it, I made it thick, and I cut my ladders deep and hammered them clean. But I knew that sending it off to have it surface ground, and then sending it to Dave, and then me doing all the hand sanding, I knew I was going to lose some pattern. Uh, I think I lost a little more than I anticipated. I won't know until the etch. Um, I can see just in anybody who's done Damascus, if you when you start going through the grits, you can see where the pattern is, but that those are just like the most bold parts of the pattern. So there's still some underlined things in there, but I don't think it's going to be as bold as what I was hoping for. It's still going to have a beautiful pattern. I'm still going to love it to death. Um, but when you do a surface Damascus, you're going to get what you get. You know, um, when you start grinding away layers of steel as you progress through belt sanding and things like that, I mean, you're going to lose detail that you may have had at the very surface. So, but I'm getting it up to 1,000 grit, and I think that's where I'm going to stop because that's where it starts taking on a mirror polish. And when it comes to etch, you don't really need to have you don't need to be able to put a contact um, in the reflection. It just needs. I just wanted it to have this high gloss polish. The problem is, I got it up to 600 grit on both sides, the bevels and the flats. Um, and I went to my local place that I get they've got all the way up to like 2,000 grit. In fact, I think they had 7,000 at one point. I don't remember. Anyway, but I got this stuff that I needed something between 6,000 grit and 1,000 grit. And they had this stuff that was 800, and it felt weird, and it was, I don't know what this is. It was, it claims to be 800 grit, but it's almost like cloth. I couldn't use this. This was doing nothing. I mean, it was junk. It's brown and it's weird, and it just says N-72 fine. I don't know what this is, but it's crap and I can't use it. So I had to jump from 600 grit to 1,000, which means that there's a whole lot of hand sanding here, which is fine. Whatever. You know what? It's going to teach me some serious patience. Just keep at it. Slow and steady wins the race. And this is my knife. This is my kitchen knife. And I want it to be beautiful. So I'm just gonna keep going at it. Just the way it is. Keep hitting it at 1,000 grit. Um, like David, given me shit for, pardon my French, in one of his videos about the little micro scratches. Oh, it dropped down to 300, dropped down to 300. And he's right. He is. If I'd gone back to 300, I would have gone through a lot less 600 grit sandpaper. But I was determined in my head, oh, I don't need to. I can get him out with 600. So I just kept hammering it. Well, I could have saved myself a lot of trouble if I just dropped back down to 300, got those lateral scratches out of there, and went back to 600, and it would have been fine. But lesson learned. But in this situation, I don't have 800 grit, so I have to jump to 1,000. So it's a lot more time and effort on my part. But that's okay. I'm getting it done, and I'm learning patience, and I'm learning patience. But honestly, hand sanding is becoming kind of my friend. I crack a beer, I put on a movie, the dog brings over his ball, I throw it, I get in a few strokes. Time to switch up to fresher sandpaper on, my block, and I do that, and then he comes over, he brings me his ball, I throw it again, take a sip of beer, watch a little bit of movie. It all works out. So I just spend a couple hours every night, working on the hand sanding and things like that. And it does all right. But I'm definitely going to videotape the etch of this because it's just magical. There's something magical about it that's just beautiful. It's Damascus, so it's sexy. I spent a lot of time on this, a lot of time and a lot of money. So anyway, from Heath here at Shepherd's Forge. Stay tuned. Tomorrow I'll be in the shop with Steve, and I plan on working on the Tomahawk, the ball peen hammer Tomahawk that I've been working on, as well as some more hammer cradle hooks that I plan on putting around my 128-pound anvil. As well as a couple of just decorative hooks that I actually need. I talked to my boss. I'm like, hey man, can I make a couple of hooks and use it for this, that, and the other thing? He's like, you really want to use your spare time to make hooks for work? And I'm like, we need them. And if they look nice, why not? I was like, it's just practice, dude. It's like they take 10 minutes. A hook takes no time at all. Okay, it takes more than 10 minutes, especially the ones I kind of got set in my head. I was like, but I want to make them look nice, So, well, yeah, man, that's cool. If you want to do that, that's fine. So, so I'll do probably a couple of videos tomorrow. Also, I got a laptop and a camera in my cache for Amazon so that I can start doing some better videos, start editing and making the videos a little bit more fun to watch, a little bit more enjoyable, which, should benefit everybody, But yeah, things to come, things are happening, and they're all good things. So from Heath here at Shepherd's Forge, stay humble, guys. Love you all. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.